If your ears feel clogged right now and you're about to grab a Q-tip, peroxide, or one of those suction tools you bought online, stop for just a minute. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to safely unclog your ears at home, what actually works and what can make it worse. So at the end of this video, I'm going to show you the simplest test that tells you whether you should keep trying at home or stop and get some real help. Hi. I'm Matt, a retired audiologist with over 20 years in private practice, and this is Sound Solutions. I'm not here to sell you hearing aids. I'm here to help you hear better. And clogged ears was one of the most common reasons people walked into my office. Here's the thing. Most people try the wrong fix for the wrong reason, because there just isn't one cause of clogged ears. There are three main ones. So before you try to fix it, we need to figure out which one you're dealing with. When someone says, my ears feel plugged, they usually mean one of these. Number one, earwax, right? Number two, pressure or Eustachian tube dysfunction. Number three, fluid behind the eardrum. Each one of these can feel similar, but the DIY fix is completely different for each one. So let's walk through how to tell the difference. Wax is the most common cause. One wears worse than the other. Hearing suddenly muffled. It feels physically blocked. It could be worse after showering or after sleeping when you wake up. Oh, and if you use a Q-tip, let's just address that situation right now, because Q-tips don't remove wax. They actually push the wax down deeper. I can't tell you how many times someone told me they clean their ears every day and they had a solid wall of wax packed up against their eardrum. Sometimes when I looked in the ear, I saw wax that you could actually see where it was rounded, where the Q-tip made a concave indentation. Other times I could see little pieces of white cotton stuck in there. And the funny thing is that some of them still denied using Q-tips after I showed it to them. So if you suspect wax, here's what actually works at home. First, you need to soften the wax. You can use a few drops of mineral oil, baby oil, or even kitchen olive oil. Use a dropper, tip the head over, and fill the ear. I always recommend using a piece of a cotton ball with Vaseline on the end of it. It helps create a plug, and the Vaseline made it so that the oil wouldn't be soaked up by the cotton ball. At this point, you should be able to sit upright without oil draining down your face. Do this for at least 20 minutes, but if it's really impacted, you can just go to bed with the cotton ball in and clean it out in the morning. Really, the longer the better to get the job done completely. Now we need to clean the ear. Tilt your head over a sink and let gravity start to do its work. We'll most likely need a good rinse though. Some people do it in the shower and let the warm water go in there and let it kind of drain it out, but you don't want high pressure or blasting. In my office, I always suggested you get an ear cleaning kit, and usually those had a bulb syringe in there. This way you can control the pressure and know what it feels like. You can tip your head over a sink and use a solution of 50-50 white vinegar and rubbing alcohol. The white vinegar is acidic to kill any bacteria, and the rubbing alcohol is a drying agent so we don't have water left behind. It's not a great idea to use plain water because water itself can have bacteria in it and it can cause infections. And that's it. And if you do it over a sink and plug the sink, you can actually see what comes out. So you probably heard the saying, don't put anything smaller than your elbow in your ear. That means no metal tools like keys or paper clips, no ear candles, they just don't work, no aggressive syringing. If you do it yourself, you'll know how much pressure you can use before it's uncomfortable. And don't try to use any type of makeshift vacuum device. If the wax doesn't move after a few days of softening, that's when home treatment stops and it's time to go see a professional. Now, let's talk about the second cause of clogged ears. It's pressure. This is the one I've seen people get with, say, flying and elevation changes, colds, allergies. This feels like your ears won't pop. Your voice can sound weird. Your hearing can come and go. These symptoms are typically not wax. It's usually your Eustachian tube not opening properly. The Eustachian tube is a small tube that runs from the back of your throat to the middle ear cavity. It helps to ventilate that middle ear cavity. When it becomes plugged, the pressure between your environment out here and the middle ear are different and causes the eardrum to either bow in or out. Either way, that pressure causes a plugged feeling and a temporary hearing loss. A normal Eustachian tube typically opens and closes as we open and close our mouth while we're talking or yawning or swallowing. It equalizes that pressure between the outside ear and the middle ear cavity. You've probably experienced this when you're going over a mountain pass in a vehicle and felt your ears plugged up when you came back down. You're usually able to stop and pop your ears to equalize the pressure. By swallowing and yawning, sometimes a gentle Valsalva maneuver helps, which is where you pinch your nose, close your mouth, and blow gently through your nose. I often caution people about doing this because if you blow too hard, you can actually irritate the ear. Also, if you're sick and potentially push bacteria up into the middle ear. Some other things that can help are steam and hydration, warm showers, and just time. A daily over-the-counter antihistamine can be effective, but make sure you check with your doctor, especially if you're taking other medications. So what doesn't help? Well, digging in your ear with tools or cleaning with peroxide, because the problem isn't in the ear canal, it's behind the eardrum. The third cause is fluid behind the eardrum. Now this one feels like everything sounds like it's underwater. You may hear some crackling. It also follows a cold. It's not something that you can remove at home. No drops are going to reach it. No tools are going to reach it. What really helps is time, hydration, maybe some nasal sprays or decongestants if appropriate. Sometimes when I would look in someone's ear with an otoscope, I could actually see the bubbles from behind the fluid. Here's the biggest mistake I saw in the clinic. People assumed every clogged ear is wax, so they keep flushing, digging, cleaning. When the issue is pressure or fluid, and by the time they come in, the ear canal is irritated. It might be swollen and sometimes infected. At that point, I would send them to the ear, nose, and throat specialist. So the goal at home is not aggressive fixing. It's gentle troubleshooting and understanding why you might feel plugged up. Which brings me to the big reveal I mentioned at the start. This is the simplest test to figure out what's going on. And most time, nobody really uses it. Here it is, the 24-hour rule. If your ears suddenly feel clogged, do nothing aggressive for about 24 hours. Just this, hydrate, yawn, swallow, even chew some gum. This keeps your jaw moving and can work the Eustachian tube open and equalize the pressure if that's really the issue. If it improves even slightly in 24 hours, it's probably pressure related and not wax. Wax blockages usually don't improve overnight. Pressure issues often do. So if it seems better the next day, keep going gently. If it's the same the next day, especially one ear only, and you have a muffled hearing sound and haven't been sick recently, well, that's when wax kind of becomes more likely. And if it lasts more than a few days with no changing, try the cleaning method I explained. If that doesn't work, it's time for some more help. The important thing to remember is don't try things at home if you have pain, dizziness, sudden hearing loss, ringing that started suddenly in one ear, completely blocked for days. Those are not DIY situations. It's time to get things checked out. Most clogged ears are temporary. They don't need aggressive treatment and sometimes get worse because people try too hard to fix them. Start gentle and observe. Use the 24-hour rule. If you want more straightforward, no pressure guidance on hearing, ear issues, or hearing aids, I built a free tool called the Sound Solutions Audiology Assistant. It answers the exact questions people use to ask me in my office every day. You can access the link below. And if this video saved you from sticking something in your ear that shouldn't be there, you're welcome. I'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe this video and watch for more videos. Thanks.